With the release of the Space Engineers Automatons update, life is getting easier for engineers. In this video I'll be sharing 5 essential tips that are perfect for both beginners and experienced players. Why is my demonstration base on fire? Okay, let me just quickly dock up and we'll get this sorted. With the Automatons update, the custom turret controller is now able to track the position of the sun and use a hinge, a rotor and a camera to keep your power and oxygen generation topped off. Once you've placed the shaft of your solar tower, using conveyors if you're going to be generating oxygen, put the rotor or advanced rotor for oxygen transfer at the top, a hinge on that, and build out the panels and farms that you need. Remember to place a camera on this part, bearing in mind that the CTC will try to turn the camera to point to the sun. Then, somewhere safe, put down a custom turret controller. For the azimuth, select the rotor. For the elevation, select your hinge, and for the camera, select the camera that you've placed. Make sure the azimuth and elevation multipliers are super duper low to avoid alarming the almighty clang. I find that 0.01 is good for the default 2-hour day, but find the values that work best for you. Turn on always aim at sun and you're good to go. If you're anything like me, you've definitely climbed into a ship, undocked and promptly fallen to the ground. This can be prevented with just a single event controller. In the event controller, change the event to connector connected and select any connectors that you'll be docking with. For the actions, set up what you want to happen when you dock on the left and undock on the right. Don't forget that you can change the toolbar just as normal to trigger multiple events. I recommend setting batteries to charge and discharge, tanks should turn stockpile on and off, and turning inertial dampeners on or off may be a good idea as well, if you're going to be docking to another ship. You might also want to consider turning beacons and antennae off to conserve power and your sanity. At its core, survival mode in Space Engineers is about resource management. Air, hydrogen, ore, ingots, components and power are all things you need to keep building and breathing. By building a status board, you'll never be caught short again. I'm going to recommend that if you're on a large grid, you should use a hinge or a rotor to convert to a small grid, to be able to condense the display and event controllers into a smaller space. Just remember to turn on rotor or hinge lock. We're going to walk through one example first of all. We're going to start with the H2, we're going to set the gas tank fill percentage to 50%. And we need to monitor these blocks here, as those are the ones on the base. For the actions, we're going to be working with these lights here. We're going to turn on the good one if it's over, and we're going to turn on the bad one if it is under. And for the second toolbar, if you have a look here, you've got multiple toolbars. We're going to turn off the bad one if it's over, and we turn off the good one if it's under. Now you'll notice that the light hasn't come on at this point, so make sure you fiddle with the conditions or the threshold, just to make sure that it's working. And there you go, you've got a light going. You just do that for the ore in a cargo, or your H2, or your O2, or whatever it is you're monitoring, and job's a good one. When your base or your ship has suffered damage, it's hard to keep track of missing blocks, but keeping a projector turned on can cause lag and eats up valuable PCU, a resource that's scarce for console players. One solution is to turn the projector on when it's needed, and if there are blocks being destroyed, it's probably needed. With that in mind, you're going to need just 3 blocks: a projector, an event controller, and a button. Load the projector up with your blueprint. Make sure that you keep projection. Set up your button to turn your projector on or off. Turn the projector off. For the event controller, change the event to block added removed. You'll notice that other criteria disappear, that's fine. And then we want to make sure that the projector is turned on when blocks are removed. At this point we can just go ahead and test it. Adding a block does nothing. Removing the block segues into the next tip, I suppose. Okay. Welder walls are a popular way to quickly build and repair large structures in Space Engineers. However, they can be dangerous if you're not careful. It's all too easy to accidentally walk into a welder's area and take damage or even die. To help you and your teammates stay safe around your welder wall, you can set up an event controller to turn on warning lights whenever the welders are active. Here's how to do it. First, place an event controller near your welder wall. Set the event to block on/off and add all of your welders to the event block. For the actions, you'll want to change your lights to on/off, on when they're on and off when the welders are off. Once you've got everything configured, it's just a matter of testing. Go ahead and turn the welders off, the lights should be off, and when you go ahead and turn the welders back on, you should find that the lights come on all by themselves. By setting up this warning system, you can help prevent accidents and keep your crew safe while working around your welder wall. Leave a comment if this video was helpful, and watch this video to see what else I've done to automate this base.